Bienvenidos al show de Héroes de Comercio. Estamos aquí con Oscar, Recio, el director technical en Interactiv4. ¿Cómo estamos?
Muy bien.
¿Todo
How's it
bien?
going?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to English now. I just had to start that off. You know, one thing I've always wondered is how you say Interactiv4 in Spanish.
Interactiv4.
¿Así? Okay.
Yeah.
Interactiv4. That's long. That's really long. That's
Yeah, it's really long. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's so cool, no?
It is cool. It is cool.
Yeah.
So you're a Magento master. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Un maestro. When did you get that? What years did you get that in?
Involved with the Magento, you know.
Was it 2017?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
2017. Oh, cool.
2017. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Magento Master 2018, but this is the last year contributions and you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys got the number one contribution, top contributor in 2017, I think, right? You had, what did you say? You had like 200 pull requests?
Yeah, 200 pull requests. We involved a lot of people inside of the company to make this possible. Actually, we started in October with a Squash Oktoberfest. I don't know if I spell it correctly name, but
the
you
Bug
remember.
Squash Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, we started, and in 3 months we accomplished 200 pull requests. You know,
in 3 months.
Yeah, in 3 months.
Oh wow, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you guys, we were talking a little bit about this just now before we started recording, but how did you guys do that? How did you incentivize the team to contribute and things like that?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we started with my colleague Chadrian and me to start with a pull request to test us, you know, how made this pull request, how, you know. And we started with one pull request for my part and another one for his part. And say the first, if I remember correctly, the first pull request was rejected. But
it was rejected.
Yeah.
Why was it rejected?
Yeah, it was about the upload PDF. If I remember, you can upload PDF from the. What do you get? You don't have the possibility, but it was rejected. It's okay. And we started with another kind of pull request, you know, to solve some issues. And in that time, we involved inside of the company a lot of people. You know, it's like okay, let's try to make a pull request. We can help you to the process. You know, that's make a pull request is not only make a pull request. You commit something and it's okay. No, it's okay. No, you need to process the pull request and take a look if you need to make some features from the maintainers that you said. Okay, need you make a fix here and here and here because you have a problem with this part. And finally, you need to understand that when you push a commit to the Magento repo, this commit will go to release in the next version of the Magento, you know, and the part of the you make a pull request, it's okay, but the part of the maintainer or something like that, you have a responsibility to accept or reject this pull request, you know. The first pull request what I made, I don't have this in mind, no. Now I have this in mind because I am maintainer, you know. But I made a pull request and I have you need to fix this or you need to fix that, you know. I just say, why? I have a pull request here and you rejected me. and no way. But definitely you need to understand that behind a pull request you have a release, and a lot of people, a million of people will enjoy this pull request and this feature, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you're and so you're also a maintainer on the project. So you
Yeah,
actually respond when people submit pull requests,
yeah,
you handle those, you approve those or reject those yourself.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I only have a law inside the maintainer. Okay, that I can accept Interactiv4 pull request. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's my law. The Magento don't tell me that the I have any concern about this, but it's my law. It's my law. You know.
Oh, you decided you made that
Yeah, I
rule
may
for
decide
yourself.
yeah, to
Oh,
make
okay.
my rule that I don't accept because I don't know, can be I don't be the word, but it's I don't like it, you know. I don't like it. I said the pull request of my college because
Yeah.
they have a lot of maintainers here
Yeah.
and can accept, you know.
How many maintainers are there?
I think you have don't remember if 11
11.
or
Oh, okay.
more or less. I don't remember because yeah, 10 or 11 or
That's
12.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
How how do you guys manage like actually how do you guys decide what pull requests to make to the core? How do you balance that with your client workload and stuff like that?
Yeah, the first of them we decide to maintain all our backs of our all clients. You know, that is the main purpose to make a pull request. After that, when you have a pull request, when you fit to our client to make all the pull requests, and you saw in the issues, and you saw that you have one no 1,000 1,000 of vision in Magento core, you know, and take a look about the issues and take a decision about the complexity or maybe or your area of expertise, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah.
decide what you want to solve. The only key that you need to solve.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what is solved, you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so anytime there's a bug, with any of your client work, if you run into a core bug, you always do a pull request to fix that bug.
Yeah, I think we have in a client we have 40 bucks more or less. We spend
Mhm.
for a client to make a pull request to Magento. I think we have a figure at I don't remember, but more than 50 hours solving pull requests with only one client. You
Just one
know,
client,
only
50
one client.
hours, 50. Wow.
50 to solve only core books for Magento. You know.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. That's so cool though, because that didn't used to happen before. I mean,
Yeah.
there was some way to contribute with SVN and things like that, but it's speeding up so much, and then you fix those and then contribute it back.
Yeah,
Nobody.
I think the part of the Magento, the best part of Magento now, currently now, is that you can talk with the engineer behind the Magento. And, you
Yeah.
can interact with them and you can talk. Hey, man, I have this problem. I remember when I worked with Magento one, and you don't have any person behind Magento. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
There's a
you can
wall.
contribute. Yeah, yeah, it's like a wall that you can see over there. But now you have this kind of social part of Magento that I think is the key of Magento.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you how do you manage, so let's say you run into a bug for a
Mm-hmm.
client project
Mm-hmm.
and you do a pull request,
Yeah.
right? But then first of all, how long does it usually take on average, let's say, for, kind of a simple bug fix that's not too complicated? How long does it take from the time that they submit it to the time it gets merged? Well,
Depend.
actually, from the time it gets merged and then from the time it gets
Oof. Yeah, it's so
released.
different. When you
Yeah.
submit a pull request, depending on the pull request, if it's easy pull request, you can spend like a maintainer 2 or 3 days to accept or reject them.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the maintainer, depends on the pull request, and depends on the other kind of things. Uh, in my case, I resolve the pull request in my free time. Normally, actually, in my free time, But I have time in Interactiv4. But it depends of the pull request, the complex of the pull request, and yeah, it's. I think I remember that I think 1 week more or less is the
1 week.
normal. Yeah, a week.
Yeah.
And to be merged depend on the release.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they spend more or less 3 months, 4 months, five
Right.
months.
Right.
So it's so weird
Right.
because you need to solve now. You have a book
Yeah.
now and you need to solve now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have a mechanism to fix the pull request and to get the version correctly when we update the project with any conflict with the books. We
Mm.
use C1 patcher that's used for Drupal. You know,
Oh,
yeah.
C1
C,
patcher.
C1's patcher. I don't know if it's spelled correctly, but C1's
Okay.
patcher. In Spanish, C1's patcher.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what does it do? A
Huh?
tool? That's a tool.
Yeah, it's a composer package to get you give them to patch about the GitHub,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and you get you patch it directly to the file,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because that was the other question I was asked is like, when how do you, that might be the answer to it, but how do you manage the workflow where you submit a pull request to fix a bug for client project has to launch in a month,
Mhm.
and you got to wait for it to get merged, then you got to wait for it to be released.
Yeah,
So how do you contribute the pull request but then not wait on it to be released and
yeah,
still have the
yeah,
fix within your code base that you can launch within a month for your client
yeah.
and still do the pull request?
We don't wait to release the Magento release. We make the pull request to Magento, okay, and we have the same pull request when that is accepted or not. We made a patch with the pull request. We made a patch. We go to inside to the C1 patcher and take the patch and
Mhm.
patch it the file or files or module.
Okay.
I think I turn on the light because I don't know if you see me correctly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead. That's
Yeah,
oh, there we go.
yeah,
Um, nice. So you have a patched. So then you have a patched
yeah,
version of the code base
yeah,
that that you use.
yeah. We have a patch of the back,
Uh-huh.
and this patch is related with the version, that we are managing. For example, we have a Magento 224, and we found a bug, we patch this bug,
Mhm.
and with the C1 patch, we can say that this patch is related with this version. And when they
Mhm.
release a new version, C1 patchers say us, "Hey man, this patch is released with the 224, and now
Don't need it
is
anymore.
yeah, yeah,"
And
and we
then you just
delete
use
the
the
patch.
patch.
Yeah, we delete the patch.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's cool. And does that, so then is the whole team is using that same tool? So for example, you have a client with 40 bugs, 40 pull requests, and let's
Mhm.
say there's 10 people on the team. Do
Yeah.
all 10 people work off of the same updated core, the same patched core?
No, no, depends of the team. We have people to manage this part of the core bugs, to fix these core bugs. And another kind of things, we have different people that is like research and development to take one, to take, for example, all the books from Magento to get the releases about the fixes about this bug. And we have a package, an internal package to manage all the bugs inside the release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we have
Nice.
for example, we have a project or 10 project or 11 project. You have only one package, and you can manage all the projects in the same time. Only you need to make a composer date, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's like my
That's really cool.
yeah.
Have you guys written about that process anywhere? Have you
Huh?
published that? Have you written about that workflow anywhere? Have you like published a blog post or anything like that
No,
with?
no, no. At this moment, we are working internally to test all the things, and I think we release soon to
Oh,
all the
okay,
people,
that's cool.
because yeah, we have a lot of problem with the release of Magento, and I saw the I say to the maintainers group that this is a real problem. I have a client that's they need launching 1 month and no can wait for your release.
Yeah.
I need to solve now. You know, and this is a kind of thing that Magento I think that solve because they need to release a patcher or something like that, a tool to make this easy for
Mhm.
developers or for agencies or whatever,
Mm.
Yeah.
You think that they should have some kind of a faster release cycle where they can pull
I don't
those
know if
bugs?
there's a release cycle, but I think the release cycle is okay because you can release every week or every month. Maybe yes, but um, the patcher or something like that, I think weekly is a life cycle correct life cycle,
Hmm. Yeah, for small
yeah.
bugs. That's really. I think that would be really helpful to have, whether they do that or there's a really good workflow that other
Mm,
companies can use. Because I think a lot of time, even though Magento 2 is so much better for contributing, I think a
yeah,
lot of times people are like, well, I could submit a pull request, but it's going to take a while, and I might as well just fix it myself in maybe a local extension or something like that.
yeah.
So if you guys really have a good workflow
Mm.
for being able to work on the bugs and patch them for your projects, and then still do a ton of pull requests, that's a really.
Yeah, I think a lot of agencies have the same problem. I don't know why they manage it or they fix, but this is a workflow, and we can help with the other companies or the other agency. Yeah, it's okay. It's the same
Yeah.
like make a pull request to Magento. All the people, maybe some people say, why you contribute? Why not? Why not?
Hmm.
Yeah, all the people is fixing something, bugs or new features like a creativity. I don't know is a, is a correct.
Creativity. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, with new feature about the one-click
Yeah.
purchase. That is a good example that you can make new features to the whole community.
Yeah.
If you win, all the people win.
Yeah.
That is the mind of the Interactiv4.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm,
What's actually, before I get to that, I want to ask just what Interactiv4 is like. It seems like a really fun company to work at. But before that, real quick, um, as a maintainer,
Yeah.
you accept the pull requests,
Hmm.
and is there another review by the Magento core team before it gets merged,
No,
or you merge
usually
it and it's in?
no. You have an internal process to take a test behind the Travis. You know that Travis is the first wall to take a look about some little big problems, but inside of the maintainer workflow, they have a lot of tests. You can imagine. This is a way.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a lot of tests, and you have different stages of the pull request. It's like a backlog to do in progress. I need some information. The last one is ready for delivery. You know,
Mhm.
when you mark a pull request like ready for delivery, some guy from Magento take this pull request and merge to the main branch. You can merge only Magento stuff, but it's okay because you accept the pull request or you reject the pull request. And if you say, okay, this pull request is ready for delivery, it's okay for Magento. And this is a huge responsibility.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mark it ready for delivery, and then they pick it up, and then they do a final check, and then they merge it in.
Hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so what's it like working at Interactiv4? I remember I visited there a couple years ago for the event in Madrid, and
Yeah.
obviously love hanging out with you guys, with Nacho and the team at Imagine. But what's it like? What's the company culture like? What
Yeah. Interactiv4 is like a family. When you go to the office, you can say and you can see all the faces inside the office, and you say, hey. It's so fun work at Interactiv4. For example, you have two comments. That one is your. We have two comments that Colin Jordan and Peter Jaff from Engentos. That's so cool. And we have another three meeting rooms that at which Sweet Tooth that's now Smile. Yeah,
Smile. Yeah. Yeah.
Smile, and another one Inchu. Yeah,
Mhm.
and inside of the community of the Magento, we have a lot of friends of the community. And we have a good connection with all the people inside and outside of the office. And work for Interactiv4 is so amazing because when I started it with Magento, I was in Barcelona. I moved to Zaragoza. That's between Madrid of Barcelona. And when I started in Barcelona, I saw Interactiv4 in Madrid, and I said, oh man, I want to work here,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, before work in Interactiv4, but it's like a company that you want to be if you work with Magento, here in Spain. you
Hmm.
know it's like a reference. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
I can say it because now I am inside. But when you see outside of the company, you can think about these kind of things. I want to be in Interactiv4. That's is so strong. Um, I don't know that
Family.
is.
It's just a
Yeah,
family. That's
yeah,
great. That's great.
yeah,
And so you're the technical director.
yeah.
What do you do? I mean, we talked a little bit about some of what you do with helping to as a
Mhm.
maintainer, managing pull requests,
Yeah.
but what's everything that you do?
Yeah, my main purpose in Interactiv4 is take care about the developers. You know, developers in Magento is like unicorns.
Is
It's
like
like
what?
unicorns. That is a
Oh,
unicorn. No,
unicorns. Unicorns.
unicorns. You know, that's you need to take care about there. And another main purpose is research of development to attract new technologies inside of the company. You know, like PWA, like another kind of technologies to improve the 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 stores, you know, to our clients, you know, to make, for example, the last project I managed with successful is is um, is a deployer thing of the Magento, you know, that's a automatic deployer to make to zero downtime to
Ah.
Magento, you know. That is my last project with the team,
Mhm.
and we have a lot of projects inside of the company, you know. This is my main purpose: take care of the developers and take new technology to the company to embrace Magento, you know.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
What do you think about PWA? Are you guys doing much with PWA?
yeah. We're talking with the PWA of Magento, or no, it's a joke.
Just in general. Actually, I know I've seen a bunch of pictures. I know you guys are partners with Deity,
Yeah,
and so I think I saw you guys at the hackathon there recently.
yeah,
Yeah. So what are you guys seeing there with PWA in general?
yeah. I think is a this is a technology, you know. In the front end part, all the technology is like a boom, boom, boom. But I think it's definitely the technology to change the view to manage the front end in not only in Magento in e-commerce, in the CMS like WordPress or another kind of framework. You know, I think is amazing. You know, when you work with the PWA and you compare with the Magento theme or WordPress theme that don't care about this, is so amazing because you have a lot of power to decide what managing and and take care about the API to get information to server to the client, and it's so fast, you know,
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
And I think this is the key because in e-commerce you need to sell, yeah. This this is the main purpose of the commerce, you know. I have a clients that they don't have this like a main purpose, but you have e-commerce and you won't sell, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, have you guys, by the way, in the chat, Aurelio, he said he
Oh,
agrees.
Aurelio.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he agrees that I4 is a reference in Spain. Meaning, like, I think when you say reference, I think it's like saying the gold
Yeah.
standard. Like you guys are an example of
Yeah.
of a really good agency, and he works for a competitor
Yeah.
agency, and he's saying that about you guys. So
Yeah. But
that's pretty.
yeah, we have a good fit with the Econ Beats. Aurelio is a CTO of Econ Beats, and it's like a competitor, but we are a long and huge community, and in Spain we have a lot of friends. You know, like Aurelio. We have friends in Valencia with Honestic. We have friends in Zaragoza with Iberus, and in Barcelona and another kind of region in Spain. And we are competitors, but we are friends too. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
Makes
you,
sense.
you, you can win a client, but this is not my business. You know,
Hmm.
it's Interactiv4 business because yeah, we have clients, they have clients, and I don't know. This is the business. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, where with the PWAs, have you guys launched any full sites yet on PWA?
No, we are working with a client to release a project with the PWA, but we are working, you know,
Oh, okay.
because yeah. The pivotal is like you is so fast to develop you, but you need all the components working, and in Magento you have a lot of components, you like shirts, checkout, payments, shipments, customer, wish list, is a nightmare,
Yeah.
and you need to mount all the things with components and get the information from Magento, and the information that you have in React comes from API, and you
Yeah.
need to make the logic in API to serve the information that you want render,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's you have work here in the part of the API. You have work with the backend work, but you have work, and the other part you have a front end work with the React or React or Vue or something you work.
Right. Right. And I think you might have already said this, but which PWA framework are you guys building on? Is it
We are working with React
with React?
Redux. Yeah,
And is that what
and
Deity?
and
Is that what Deity is?
yeah, they use to make a basic or to main framework to the data is React Redux and Node.js for the part to get the requests and so on, the server
Okay.
part. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
are you building on top of Deity, or are you just
We are using we are working with the topic of data using his framework, and we don't use in this case Vue Store or PWA Studio from Magento,
uh-huh.
and we are working with data to go to the PWA.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
yeah.
And what was your thoughts on React versus Vue? Like why did you guys decide to go
Yeah.
with React?
In my case about the technology, I don't have all the sorry, I don't have all the answer. It's like why you decide to go to Magento or Shopify. Depends of the technology. In this case, I think React is more complex than Vue, but you have more results than the Vue part. Vue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a top answer because I don't have the low level of the technology. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
working. I'm not working inside of the technology React. I'm working on the part of the API. My colleagues,
Got it.
yeah, my colleague Ruben can answer this question. Can answer this
Got it.
question.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And then how complete is the API right now for building PWA on top of it? Are you having to
Yeah.
implement? Is there a lot of functionality that's missing still, or
Yes and no. They are making a good job to the with the API. Cover all the things related with the Magento, but this is the core, and you have a lot of functionalities that is not the core. For example, when you work with the Amasti or headquarters or something like that, you need to the third parties modules get with the this part of the API or
Mhm.
support of Vue or PWA or PWA Studio or Vue Storefront. Uh, that's it. I think if the number is 80% or 80, I don't remember now, but I think all the things is covered in 2.3. If I
2.3.
Yeah, 2.3.
Got it.
If Yeah, but I can affirm that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you have to wait for 2.3 to come out before you can launch, or you're just patching your version of the
We are
core?
patching our version. Yeah,
Okay.
we are patching our version.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it mostly bug fixes or are there new
No, new
API
function. Yeah,
endpoints?
it's a little bit part of the back features. That is that's a submit with a pull request, and another part is to extend functionality to grab all the information. Grab all the
Got it.
information to make easier for front end developers.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's like it's the way to confront the information to get more easy the information to work with the you know
Yeah. Yeah. And is it harder for the new feature pull requests on the API? Those are harder to get approved? Are those harder to get approved than just the
I,
bug fixes?
Actually, the new features are more. You have more difficult to be accepted that the feature book.
Yeah.
That's yeah. But if you have a good explanation about the new feature and you have a new good basics or basis of the pull request, usually they accept it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. So have
yeah.
all of your how many pull requests have you done related to the new functionality within the API?
Uh, I
Not
don't
exactly, but I mean
know.
just
Yeah,
roughly.
maybe they
Más o
have.
menos.
Yeah, más o menos. I think as we made or data part and we made for if I will 20, 25. Yeah,
Wow, with new functionality
yeah, new
with
functionality. I
APIs.
don't remember exactly the number, but I think it's
Uh-huh.
20, 25. Yeah,
Wow. And they
yeah.
all got accepted?
No, no, no.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
most.
yeah, most of them that's accepted, but not all.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you submit a pull request, you add it as a
Mm-hmm.
patch to your local
Mm-hmm.
project, and
Yeah.
then if it doesn't get accepted, then what do? You just leave your patch in and
Depends, because we have two or three pull requests that they don't accept, but we maintain the local feature or
yeah,
you
because
know
yeah,
because I don't like the solution from Magento
uh-huh.
and we put our fix. Yeah, but
Right,
I think it's a low number. I think it's three or four. Yeah,
right, right. And what do you think about GraphQL?
yeah. The GraphQL is like a pivot, for the part of the front. Uh, for the front part is the pivot. For the API is the GraphQL. You can grab the information like a schema. You can grab the information like you want. When I saw with the Facebook and I said GraphQL, what is this?
Mhm.
And 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 so the functionality to get all the information that like you want, I say, oh my god, this is amazing. This is amazing because
Yeah,
you can perform the information to your necessity, or you can get information to make your one with this. Maybe one developer get information in some schema, and the other developer get information in another schema because the way of develop is different, and it's okay for all of them. And now you have an API with REST, and you get information, and you can manage this information. The information is like you have. Like you see or like you get the information and it's okay, but you
yeah,
can manage or you can change the way to get information.
yeah.
And in this part, the GraphQL is so amazing.
Are you guys using it in projects?
We are using it, and in PWA we are moving to use the GraphQL to porting that the GraphQL, but we don't use it in normal project, that
Yeah.
we don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for the
Yeah.
moment, but I think is a good point to start to using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the PWA project, you use a combination of both the REST and GraphQL?
Um, Actually, we are working with the REST, but we are moving to the PWA, and what that we have a project or a real project working. And when we release the new project, we will work with the GraphQL.
Oh,
Only
okay.
GraphQL, only GraphQL.
Like for
Yeah,
the next project.
yeah. For the next project, this is only GraphQL.
Oh, cool.
No, yeah, not REST.
Got it.
Yeah.
For the PWA for like the front end functionality, with the nice thing about PWA is it's fast, it's clean, it's offline friendly. But
Mhm.
do you have to re-implement a lot of features like wish list features or related
Yeah.
products or all of the different standard Magento functionality? How do you?
Yeah, the thing is that if Magento cover all the things in the part of the API, we don't have problem to implement all the functionality. The good point of the PWA is that you can go live with the HTML sorry, with the normal render of the Magento, and you can go after that with the PWA solution. That is good because if you don't have time to create a new part of the PWA, you can go like a normal, like a this year, And after that, when you are happy with the solution and you can test it, all the things, and all is working, you can go with the PWA, and it's not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
So you
is.
launch regular theme and then do a PWA later.
Yeah, or you can manage with the first time to go to the PWA. That's that's it.
Right. Right.
You can decide. In this case, you can decide.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the idea behind of the PWA is go first with the PWA and forget all the regular theme.
Uh-huh.
But you have the possibility now. You have the possibility to go with them. Yeah.
Got it.
and,
Got it.
and after that you go live. You need to decide one or regular or PWA. You can maintain all the two
Uh-huh.
versions.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you can go with the A/B test, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Ignacio had shown me a bunch of the different extensions that you guys have built, and I think wasn't there an extension store that you guys had? It was like a chef something.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't remember. It's like chef extension. No, I don't remember the name.
something, but you guys have
Yeah,
built a
we
lot of
have. Yeah,
innovative functionality and extensions and stuff.
yeah. The problem is the problem with the extension when you are managing a client or project. Your core business is help the clients. You can have another business that is sell extension, but behind of every of each extension, you need make a help desk. You need get support to this extension, and when you have extension, because we have it's not a famous, but it is a top extension that is a payment method here in Spain that is Recio,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, this like a Stripe or uh, another kind of payment extension. And we sold I don't remember now, but 1,000 or 2,000 extension,
Mm.
and for each extension, usually you need or you did to make a help desk. All the people have a problem to install it with the version of Magento. All the people have problem with the theme and other kind of things that is not related with the extension. That is related with the system behind of the Magento. A server problem, a theme problem, a core system problem, a conflict of other kind of extension with payment, and you spend a lot of hours to try to help the people, and it's so expensive maintain a group team only to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
We think that we focus to make great projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that this extension don't exist, and we have internal extensions like a Recio, like a task manager that is a good extension, but we don't sell more extension.
Okay, so you guys stopped selling extensions.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't sell extension.
Yeah. And focusing your efforts on contributing to the core,
Yeah,
because that helps you with really your core business as an agency,
yeah,
and also helps to contribute to the community and things like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the Adobe acquisition?
Wow. Yeah, I think that's is a good. Now I think it's 8th of June, 28. That's good for Magento. I think Magento is a mature point that is not the same with the eBay when eBay was bought Magento, and I think it's another level. Magento is another level.
Yeah.
They have a strong, and open and inclusive community, and I think is the key of the Magento right now. And the other part, they have the part of the enterprise now is like a commerce. But
I still call it enterprise.
yeah, all the people call it enterprise. I don't understand the naming, the new naming, but it's okay.
No.
It's okay for me, but it's okay. But yeah, I think it's a good step forward for the part of the enterprise, and to go with the Oracle or SAP or other competitors, to go to the big enterprise companies,
The big boys.
the big boys, yeah,
The big
it's
boys.
like.
Yeah.
But for the other part, the open part, that is our business, like an agency, or we have the enterprise part, but this is I think is a good point too, because Adobe has a lot of people inside of the open source part, and I think they help us to grow up. I don't know, but in this moment, 8th of June of 2018, it's good.
It's good.
Maybe in 2 years, I don't know where we. Maybe I'm die. I don't know.
Don't say that. You're not gonna die. No me vayas a morir.
No.
So are you guys so you guys contribute a lot to open source. A lot of people were worried like, oh, Adobe's gonna shut down the open source. And then Miguel Valparda said something interesting. He was like, why is everybody complaining about this? Most of you don't even contribute to open source. And so for you guys, as
Mhm.
somebody that do contribute a lot to
Mhm.
open source, are you worried at all about them shutting down the open source, or do you
No,
think no?
no, no, definitely no. No, because you think about it, the people spend a lot of money to only have the enterprise part, you know. if you think correct, if you think about it, you like a company, you buy a Magento and you say, okay, Magento has I don't remember the name, the number, but 800 people inside of Magento.
Yeah.
Working in Magento. Okay, and you think about it and you say, okay, I spend a lot of money to 800 people and the part of the Magento, the power of the Magento, but you have the number of the community in Magento. Exact. You have I don't know the number, but 3,000 people, 300,000 people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you acquire a company because is the main thing. You acquire the company, but you have a company. Sorry, you have a community uh, that is not working for Magento, but is working for INC, for other kind of business. But you have an ecosystem around Magento that is working for Magento.
Yeah.
It's not formal working, but it's working for Magento.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
earn I earn every month money for Magento.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
Yeah,
there's maintainers, there's this huge backlog that's being managed. There's the investment in community engineering and more people contributing. It just doesn't make any sense that they
yeah,
would shut that
yeah.
down.
I don't know
Um,
what in 2 years or 3 years. I don't know where we will stay. I don't know. Who knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't die. Um,
Yeah.
what what about the Microsoft GitHub acquisition?
This is
Mhm.
another is another good movement for me. Uh, you heard a lot of people saying, oh, Microsoft will kill GitHub. Ugh, why? I don't know why. This- they have a good position inside of the market. Why you need to kill GitHub? You know,
Yeah.
I heard that they have 58 millions of people working with the GitHub. Yeah, if you lost these people, why you spend the money?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
maybe
should be fun.
they have some changes like Adobe with Magento. They will make some changes, but I think the core of the company they will destroy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but
The only thing I don't totally understand is why Microsoft paid so much for GitHub, because I think it was like 7 billion or something like that,
yeah,
because I don't understand.
yeah, I don't understand this part. It's like when you go to rent a house and they say, okay, the rent of the house is $100, and you say, no, I will pay you 2,000, and you say, why? I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and in the chat, Martin said, the great work Microsoft is doing with VS Code. They're not the same company as 5 or 10 years ago, which is really true. I mean,
Yeah.
I recently I use PHP Storm mostly, but I was recently asking for feedback from people about other
Mhm.
text editors like Sublime, and everybody loves VS Code.
Yeah.
Everybody, that's everybody's favorite.
Martin loved BS Visual Studio, Yeah,
Yeah,
he loved it.
but everybody does. I mean, it's very, very. I got so much feedback about it. I had no idea, and that's an open source text editor that Microsoft has built, and they're doing. It's funny, we don't realize these companies change. Adobe isn't the
Yeah,
same company they were 10 years ago.
yeah,
Microsoft isn't the same. they've.
Yeah, if you remember, Steve Ballmer is like saying that open source is dying. Okay, this is Steve Ballmer. It's like Donald Trump. Sorry, man, but it's like it's like a Donald Trump. This is a president of the state of United States. But okay.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Those
yeah,
videos of Steve Ballmer are funny. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
I was never I never I don't think I ever saw those when I was younger, but I see them on YouTube, and it's really funny. He
Yeah,
gets
but
excited.
I think is Microsoft is changing. That you have is the most contributor of the open source in the world. Yes, yeah, it's like a war between Apple and Microsoft. I think is like a cold war. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean,
Or
Microsoft is kind of coming back. I mean, I've been on Apple for 5, 6, 7 years now, and
mhm.
I'm really tempted to get a Windows computer because I'm not that interested in the new
It's
MacBook.
not. It's not my case. It's not my case because I am fanboy. But I need to recognize that Microsoft is making a good work. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of an Apple fanboy too, but like the um the new laptop is not very much stronger. It has the touch bar. Do you use the
Yeah.
touch bar?
Nope.
Do you have
I
it?
don't have
No.
the. I don't have the touch bar.
You
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm saying. I don't get that. I don't understand that.
I don't want
Um,
most emojis in my touch bar. I don't like it.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe,
Martin.
maybe Phil, he's with the touch bar. Okay, new emoji. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe. Martin said Apple is losing us developers. He's really big into Microsoft, it seems. Uh,
If you saw the recently, JetBrains made a survey a lot of developers, and you say patch PHP Storm, you say Windows. I think was 74% or I don't remember, but first is Windows, and the second one is Mac, and the third one
really?
is Linux. This
Wow. So
okay, man.
so for JetBrains users,
Yeah,
70% are on Windows.
yeah. I don't remember the number.
Wow.
Maybe Martin has the
He
number,
probably
but
has it. He probably has it
yeah,
right here.
yeah. But the
Uh,
Windows is the first. The second one is Mac, and the third one is Linux. This
wow.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Um, you talked a little bit about, the community is all working for Magento, right?
yeah,
And you spend a lot of time helping to as a maintainer and as a contributor and
yeah,
Magento master. How's your work life balance? How do you balance things out
yeah. My
between work and everything
my
you do?
balance inside of Interactiv4 is 80, 90% for my work, for my company, and 10 or 20 for Magento, more or less, depends of the week. This week, I think is 5% for Magento.
Ah,
Yeah, the last week was 20%, but depends of the week. But I think I need to say that the the help of to sorry. Uh,
that's all right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, but my English is so.
No, it's good, man. I was too afraid to do it in Spanish, but I think they're gonna get me to do one in Spanish. So then you'll see. Then you'll
Yeah,
see
but
how
Spanish
I am.
is so cool.
No,
We
I
we
just
spoke about in Mid Magento Spain that so your Spanish is so cool.
I
But
just say a few words at a time, though. But if I have to say a whole podcast, then I'll get
yeah,
confused.
the next podcast we're gonna start with the Spanish.
Para la
So
próxima.
para la próxima. Yeah. But the good to work in Interactiv4 is that you can spend some time with the community. And I think empower to developer to share with others that what kind of things they can exposed to all the people. For example, in Interactiv4, we have a share and show and share every Friday. We have 1 hour. Our developers explain us, or the developers explain us what they made the last week in the projects, or what kind of things they learned about the projects, or something related with the Magento. For example, with Algolia, integration with Algolia. We represent with the integration with Algolia. We represent the integration with the dynamics, or something.
Oh, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Something sorry, something
Yeah.
stopped for a couple seconds. You were saying like Algolia and dynamics and different presentations.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have every week we have a presentation about one or two of developers that explain us what they learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a good opportunity to go with the presentation, and lost the scare about the presentation. The developers is like is a kind of people that like to work in his screen, but it's my case. It's my case because, but. Usually you need to go to the conference like Meet Magento and go around with another people and hear the presentation, and it's good for the developers, empower these kind of skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think I4 has such a great culture, and like you said, it's like a family. You guys do a lot of cool stuff, have a lot of fun together, do a lot of great work, interesting work. How do you think other companies can create that kind of culture?
That is depend of the company. We are a little big company we have 50 people inside our company. We have headquarters in Madrid. We have also office in Barcelona, and we can get this kind of family culture. But when you are working with a large company, like in my case, the last company I worked in before Interactiv4, we I think 1,000 people, and in this case you have a group of families. Every department is a group of family, but I think it's a good for all companies that they have this kind of culture, because it's not like a work. Wake up the morning and I say I go to work. Okay, let's go. Come on, go to the work and go to the new things, new problems, and solve it, and go to the rest and come back to your house with a smile. That is the difference.
Yeah. Do you think part of it has to do with just like the culture of like Spanish people, like Spain? So I talk
Oh,
that. Do you think that's part of it?
I don't know if it's a part of the sort of the Europe, like Italian or Spanish or Portugal people. When I spoke with the Ricardo Tempesta from my specialist, they have the same feelings about the culture. Maybe it's a part of the Latin people. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Cool, man. Well, one question I probably should have asked in the very beginning, but we talked about it. We sort of talked a lot about it, but how did you get the Magento Masters?
Yeah. It's a huge responsibility to become a Magento Master for me. That's you need to go to the events and and represent of Magento, Magento, vision, mission, and but I think is a good responsibility. You have sweet benefits to be a Magento master, and for me, actually, is I don't know why I accomplished to be a Magento master, but it's an honor. It's an honor. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I made a lot of pull requests. I made a lot of speeches, but when I saw the first Magento master, and so okay, that's the people that I follow on their network social in the Slack and the kind of social networks, and as the smart people on the Magento, and this person you go to the Meet Magento and you say you see them in the stage, and it's they are Magento master. Why me? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
other people just say because I made a lot of things. Okay, I don't know why me.
That's awesome. Humble
Yeah.
guy. Well, cool, man. It's a lot of fun. Anything else that we haven't talked about yet that you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Sorry.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, from my side. Only I want to say that thanks for the opportunity of the
Of course.
interview. Yeah, we talk about we talk more in Mid Magento, New York, Spain, and Imagine, and so it's Calm,
Yeah. Cool,
And
man.
thanks.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, how can people find you online on social media to get in touch? How can people find you online on social media?
Online is Twitter or what?
Yeah. Whatever is the best. What's the best way for people to contact you?
For me is the best way is Twitter. Yeah, to catch
Okay.
to catch me is Twitter. Yeah.
And your username?
Different social networks, but I like it Twitter.
Okay. And what's your username on Twitter?
My username is Os Recio in Spanish. Always Recio in English.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but it's like my surname. My last name is Recio, or how do you spell in English? Recio.
Recio. Yeah,
Recio.
Recio or Recio. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a way.
Cool. Well, thanks again. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate it. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday talking to John Swords of Turn 2. We'll be talking about user-generated content for e-commerce. So thanks. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.